lined up on Voice of the People 90.3 FM, and now it's time for Business Roundtable. And I have Peter Anosike here, whom I'll be doing this with. Peter Anosike is a philosopher, a development economist, a journalist, and a best-selling author. He is also the author of Dangote's 10 Commandments on Money. That book was rated as one of the best development books in the world by Wall Street Journal, and here in Nigeria, that same book was adopted as a workbook for grooming entrepreneurs by Small Medium Enterprises Development Agency of Nigeria, what we all know as SMEDAN. Peter Anosike is also the founder of Ultimate Entrepreneurs Academy, an organization that trains college students, graduates, and even workers on how to become successful entrepreneurs. He is also a business coach and a public speaker. Good morning, Peter Anosike, and welcome to the program.
Good morning, Bibnas, and good morning, listeners.
All right, before we go into the topic we have for today, which is new Naira notes, how federal government and CBN policies are killing businesses in Nigeria. Let's talk about what CBN governor asks commercial banks to do to resume weekend operations to make Naira available to the public. What do you have to say about that?
Well, for me, we are in a country where people want to be in authority, but they don't want to take responsibility. But the truth is that every authority comes with responsibility. Just like now, the general elections have been conducted, and most Nigerians are now not being shopping for different positions, ministers, commissioners, and so on and so forth. They want to be in authority, but they don't want to have responsibility. So every authority comes with responsibility, but here in Nigeria, authorities doesn't come with responsibilities. That's why people do a lot of stupid things and get away with it. Because if it's in Britain, the CBN governor would have resigned long ago. If he refused to resign, he would be kicked out of there. But now, what he's now doing is a kind of to cushion the effect of the damage of the suffering that he has put Nigerians through over to a month or 2 months ago. And Nigerians are so gullible that when we are injured, when our rights have been infringed upon, we don't ask for compensation. How can the federal government compensate Nigerians for the harm, for the suffering that they have put on them? And this man may even want to continue with the new administration. So here in Nigeria, our actions, we don't first of all check the consequence of our action before taking those actions. And I'm sure to date, Emefiele has not apologized to the country. He has not apologized to Nigerians for the suffering, for the harm. Many people died because of the suffering of these new Naira notes. A lot of businesses were put out of circulation because of these new Naira notes. How can this be compensated? Nobody has gone to court. Nobody has asked for compensation. Now, they want us to move on as if nothing happened. That was why he said that banks should start weekend operations. But the damages that you have caused on Nigerians, what will be the effect? He's going to get away with it. And most Nigerians are not complaining. So that's why those in authority do what they want without even having any kind of reflection. I used to say, without one of the qualities of a leader is being compassionate. you must be able to put yourself in the shoes of those you are governing. You must be able to know how they feel and even feel what they feel. But in Nigeria, it's not that way. So we just want authorities, but without caring for the responsibilities of the authority. People want to be ministers, people want to be commissioners, people want to be DJs, people want to be DGs, but they don't know that such authority comes with a responsibility, which is very, very bad, which is unfair.
All right, Peter Nosike, it seems I will be opening up phone lines so people can tell us what's happening in their location, because as I was coming to work this morning, I saw long queues at different banks. So tell us what's happening in your location. The number to call is 0816-442-5875. I take that again, 0816-442-5875. Or you can also call us on 0904-334-9253. 0904-334-9253. So tell us what's happening in your area. Are you at the bank? Is it functional? Are they open for weekend business or not? Tell us. We want to hear from you. All right, Peter Nosike, you can continue.
Yeah, so again, we
have a call. Sorry. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. What's your name and location?
I'm Mr. Christian. I'm calling from Ikeja.
All right, Mr. Christian, do go ahead.
Yeah, actually, yesterday was a little bit fair for the cash the old Naira note disposing. It was a little bit fair because, like a friend of mine, withdraw 20,000 cash, but that of last 2 weeks, it was not like that. So I think there's improvement.
Old Naira notes, right?
Yes, the old note.
All right.
Yeah, so at least we are progressing.
We are progressing. Thank you so much. All right, you can also call us on the show. Tell us what is happening in your area. Let's hear you. Okay, Peter Nosike, it's obvious that the new Naira note is nowhere to be found. It's very scarce now.
So the new Naira notes, which they just printed, is scarce.
Very scarce. Let's take this call. Hello, good morning. Hello. Hello, good morning. All right, please do call us back. Call us back. We'd like to hear from you. We'd like to hear what's happening in your area. Are banks open for weekend business or not? And how about the Naira circulation? Are you still finding it difficult to get the Naira or not? Just tell us. We want to hear from you. Hello, good morning.
Hello?
Please stay away from your radio. Stay away from your radio so we can hear you.
Put it off.
All right. You did not put it off, sorry. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Bibi.
Beautiful morning to you. What's your name and location?
I am Patient from Shagamu.
All right, Patience from Shagamu. What's happening in your area? Are you seeing the Naira notes or not?
Get us things due. I'm not seeing anything. Why all of us over here?
Sorry about that. But is bank open for weekend business in your area?
Not at all. They don't.
Okay.
Formerly they have been doing it, but now they've stopped.
All right.
Then ask of the POS.
What about POS? POS charges. Is it still on the high side?
Very, very exorbitant. They're making money with us. Yesterday, I withdraw 10,000. They gave me 7,000 out of 10,000.
They took 3,000 Naira charges. Wow.
3,000 Naira for 10,000. Each 1,000 is 300 Naira.
Wow, that's serious. All right, thank you, Patience. Thank you for your contribution. Hello.
Hello, good morning. I think the distance went off. What I'm trying to say is, madam, there is no much impact made already, because we believe that things are improving when these roadside banks, let me give them that name, when they stop making gain upon gain from our buying the notes. Up to today, you buy you take 1,000, you pay 300 naira. So when you apply for 10,000, they give you 7,000. Is it a good development? People are saying that it's well, I pray it improves. Nobody's praying that it is continued improving. But the measure is when these roadside banks, when these POS people on the road stop extracting people very badly. If money should be there, you go there. I think we have been going there collecting. Seeing a queue that is more than 1 mile, and we still say it's improving. How is it improving, ma? Please, in my own area, in my own suggestion, it's not quite improving. Let them improve it the more. Thank you. God bless you.
All right, thank you so much. Peter Nosike, seeing the long queues at the bank is actually discouraging, and that is why people go for POS rather.
Well, what we are seeing now is like the filling stations. There will be no fuel in the filling stations, but outside the filling station, you see people selling
black markets.
But the source.
So where do they get it from? That's the thing.
So, well, I know that some people in the bank must be giving those POS people those money to sell and be making returns to them.
Wow.
And which is also what banks do, which filling stations do. They prefer to sell to those that will resell to others so that they will make more money. So this is a kind of a country that we find ourselves. As I said earlier, these people are doing this thing and getting away with it because they don't care of the responsibility of their actions, the consequences of their actions. Nobody holds them to duty. Okay, we just finished. I don't even know if the elections are over. Understand me?
They're over now. Is anyone?
I don't know. So now somebody was given over 300 billion to conduct elections, which was a sham. Nobody is going to ask this INEC chairman to account for the money. Nobody is going to ask him account for this money because what you are giving this money to do, you fail to do it. And that's the reason why Nigeria will always remain a third world country. Because nobody is being held accountable. Nobody is being held responsible. You just do your thing, go home and begin to eat the money. How can somebody be giving 300 billion and you conducted an election that is a sham? Nobody is even bothering to ask what happened to this. And this man will also be not being to conduct 2027. Emefiele can also be not being to continue as the CBN governor because no accountability, no responsibility. And Nigerians themselves, they are not complaining. I say that many businesses went under because of this new Naira notes.
But Peter, Nigerians are complaining. It's just that they are complaining.
How?
They are
in
talking
their houses.
You can see some people are calling in to voice out.
In UK, UK was shut down because of an increment in price of bread by 2 cents. they went on demonstration, they rioted because of an increase in the price of bread by 2 cents. Does Buhari know how much bread goes for?
I doubt. All right, we'll have a call. Let's take this. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. This is Adewale.
All right, Adewale, go ahead.
Yeah, it's just that because I don't know what we can do about this. Because as they said, Nigeria don't complain. Nigeria don't do anything about it. Who want to complain for? Who do you want to Who want to listen to the complaint? Because at the end of everything you said, they will still decide on what they want to do, and they will still continue be doing it. How many times have the Supreme Court said, okay, please, be spending this money? Initially did not say anything. So what does they want us to talk? What does they want us to say? Boys, the other time they came out to protest, they said that they kill in our country. So what else do you want us to do?
All right, thank you, Adewale. Thank you, Adewale, for that contribution.
Well, a Yoruba adage said to resign to fate is to be crippled fast. That's what a Yoruba adage says. To resign to fate is to be crippled fast. So Nigerians have resigned to fate. I know when Oshomonde was the NLC president. From there, they formed an opinion that Nigerians don't have the capacity to protest for more than 3 days. So those in authority, federal government, now have this thing in their mind that whatever they do, protests cannot go beyond 3 days. So they'll just do what they do, go home and begin that to wait. 48 hours, 72 hours, we'll all get back to our houses and begin to move as if nothing happened.
All right, we'll have another call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, my sister.
Good morning. What's your name and location?
Yeah, I'm calling from Arena.
Your name, please?
Are you hearing me?
Yes, tell us your name.
Yeah, Oyibo.
All right, Oyibo, go ahead.
Now, the man in the studio said Nigeria is not complaining. We are complaining. You can see, the election is gone. People are shouting the radio, at least this VOP, I've been listening to this 24 hours of the day. I heard the way people are crying. When you complain, say what is happening, instead of saying the solution, they try to threaten you. So we try to threaten you. In fact, for what we are passing through here, I don't know. When I say military regime is better, people will misunderstand me. Although we are complaining, you can remember what happened in NSAS. At the end of the day, what happened up to today? Recent elections, we see what happened. End of the day, what happened? We are complaining. The masses are crying, not only complain. We are crying. It's only God can help us. My brother, all you say, but that say that we are not complaining. You are complaining. Who will help us? That's where we are now. Who will help? Nobody. Because they are really dangerous. Because even the media, sometimes the media will not say exactly what they're supposed to do because I sure that I don't even understand. Don't even understand. It's only God will help us in this country. Only God will help us. I like your program. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Oyibo. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, Peter.
Well, for the media that he's talking about, one, media is supposed to be independent, but they are owned by those politicians, and they will determine for you what you will write. They will determine for you the opinion that you should push out. An instance, the Nation's newspaper is owned by Tinubu. The TVC is owned by Tinubu. Sun newspaper is owned by Ojozo Kando. So do other newspapers. So the politicians are the owners of these media houses. And you cannot go against their interest. This is what Nigerians should know. This is one thing that Nigerians must know. You must not go above or against the interest of your employer. Once you do that, you will be sacked. So they cannot get salvation from the media, from the traditional media, unless those who are not politicians. And that's why VOP is making a difference, because the owner is not a politician. The owner is not a politician. That's why people can come to VOP and say it the way it is, because the owner is not in any of the political parties. But for other purposes, an instance, you cannot write that the presidential election was mad with irregularities in the nation newspaper and it will be published. They will sack you. You cannot do that in the Sun, where Oje Kano, a member of the APC, is. They will sack you. So they should know what is going on in the country. The journalists want to do their best, but the politicians own the media houses, and you cannot go against their interest. So that is what is happening.
All right, thank you, Peter Nosike. I think it's time for us to go into our conversation properly. But let's take this last call before we continue. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you. What's your name and location?
Okay, my name is Emmanuel. I'm calling from Ilasa Maja.
All right, Emmanuel, let's hear you.
Okay, let me thank you and the guest and please, Mr. I quite appreciate his expansions and how we highlight issues. It's really educative. Well, the only thing I would say is that funny enough, we live in a country where before we begin to point fingers at others, we need to examine how well we ourselves who are complaining have been able to either play a role that shows that we are really, really interested in coming up from where some people have put us. Because sometimes when we contribute to a team that has held us back, we are quick to see that thing holding us back, but we forget quickly to realize how well we have even given a chance for that thing to get to us before it held or is holding us down or has held us back. Well, talking about the media house, whether it be owned by politicians or not, I understand the last caller. He's still talking about saying it the way it is, and Mr. Peter has been able to position it as it is, that nobody will open a business to lose. Nobody will open a business to either grow or be promoted. So, what we are trying to say is this: if as you believe that you must grow by working under any politician, because that is the problem I'm having with the youth. They come up with laudable ideas, they come up with very beautiful ideas, but they still believe that they have to work under one politician or the other to really find their feet or have their initiatives or their programs or what they have not given them to the ambition to become, to see the light of day. Let the youth we have in this country take a stand. Whether they want to have an independent mind or independent one, let us differentiate between those who are not steadfast, who are not going to stand on. Like in Ghana, I heard if you go to a political party, you will tell yourself that you are not leaving this party. You are going to stay with this party, no matter. So everyone is acting a politician because the politics you are talking about is inside every Nigerian. So everybody wants to go where their own bread will be buttered in a way, if not openly, it will be secretly. So the issues we see today, the cage you see today that is caging on Nigerians, is by Nigerians. who believe is with Nigeria, who are with Nigerians. Most of these people you see who are you today, who call for the answers, most of them we are seen during campaigns, carrying placards for those who were their own killers. So you can imagine. So they are not steadfast, they are not resolute, they are not loyal to their hustle. If you say you want to change the face of a thing, you stand totally with that change you have promised yourself and you have solemnly agreed with to say this is the way to go. If we have those who are resolute in the media houses, let all of them go and work in TVC. Sack all of them. Let's see whether TVC will exist. Have I ever seen a man of 70 years casting news on TV? Those people there, are they not youth? Are their parents not affected, or their family are not affected in one way or the other? How long will you work there? Okay, if you favor them finish now and they start you the next day, wouldn't you return back to labor market? No, that is one thing the youth must understand. And that's why these people are using the divide and rule system. That is what has kept the youth and Nigeria where it is. See, I am not blaming anybody in this country than the youth. They are not ready to take a stand and stand on it, no matter what the oppression or the pressure is. We are standing on this and we will stand on it. My brother, he take decision to make a move, and he take decision to stay on that move, and he takes a greater decision to achieve that purpose which they have agreed on before beginning on that. That's the only thing I have to say for now. Any other thing, it doesn't matter whether the media speak it the way it is or not, whether the people like it the way or not. The issue is those involved are they ready to be steadfast from the beginning to the end of it all. Our fathers are growing older now. Very soon they will wear out. If for those of them who their fathers are still alive, they are now taking the place of their father, because in the next 8 years, a man of 40 years is 48, a man of 30 years is 38. Yes, and then you can imagine if that same man is ready to serve under a man whose government is not favorable, or just because of bread and butter. It is for them to choose. Let them choose where they will belong. Or else the country will still be where it is. The country belongs to the youth. If they stand up, they will be counted. If they sit down, it will be where they are. Our parents are too weak to fight. We are the ones who have the intellectual rights and capacity to move from where we are now to the next place if we are ready. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Your points are valid. Thank you so much.
Okay.
All right, Peter Nosike.
I want to respond to what he said. His points are very genuine, understand? There's no way you can continue to be doing the same thing and expect a different result. That is one thing that every youth should know. You cannot be doing the same thing and expect a different result. Since 1999 to today, Nigerians have been doing the same thing, and there's no way we can get a different result. That's why we are where we are today. Some countries that were at par with Nigeria in 1970, Singapore, Brazil, China, Malaysia, all of them have moved beyond Nigeria. Singapore is now one of the first world countries. Malaysia, Brazil, their economy and everything. But because we have been doing the same thing, that's why instead of moving to the second world, Nigeria might be the fourth world country. Nigeria might be the first fourth world country because of the way things are going. Because I'm not a prophet of doom, but I'm not seeing any bright future in this country. I'm not seeing any bright future in this country. That's why everybody, every day, people are looking for guarantors, money to go out of the country. Because I'm not seeing any remedy, I'm not seeing any hope. And for what you said about the youth, over 65% of Nigerian population are made up of youths under 35. Over 65%. And people over 70 are ruining. This is a case of minority ruining majority, and Nigerian youths don't even bother. They don't even care. And how is this being possible? Government will starve you. They will bring out wicked policies to kill your business, to make you hungry. So when election come, you'll be given 5,000 naira and you vote. And you vote. Then you keep on being hungry until the next year. So all the industries that were here about 20 years ago, all of them are no more. All of them are no more. IMF said that over 350 million companies went under between 2007 and 2022. So most of what is helping the youth now are these markets. That's where they are now going to hustle. That is. Then others are into this their Yahoo stuff, which I don't encourage, which I don't promote, but it is frustration. They say that an idle mind is a devil's workshop. But I want to tell the youths, you can still be hungry and reject food. You can still be hungry and reject food.
Depending on the nature of the food that was served.
Food is food. And any day Nigerian youths begin to adopt that, the country will change. When you are hungry and the politicians bring their money or their food, you say, no, I will not take it away. They will become scared. They will become disturbed. And they will want to change. But if you continue to do the same thing, you continue to get the same results. So that's why the country is where it is today. And personally, I've not seen any hope. I've not seen any future.
All right, Peter Osik, I don't want to believe that our situation is hopeless in Nigeria, but you said you're not a prophet of doom. So
no, that's... I tell this as it is. Because if you watch the policies or the programs of those that will be taking power in May 29, you can see that it will not take us from where we are. And Buhari has cleverly shifted his responsibilities to the next government. One, the next government will remove subsidy. So the crisis that may ensue will not be in his own administration. The next government will conduct census. If there's any crisis, it wouldn't be under his own watch. So he has just, like Pontius Pilate,
washed off his hands.
Washed off his hands. So whoever is coming to power on May 29 is coming with crisis. So I'm not seeing any hope.
We do hope that the person is prepared for what lies ahead. All right, Peter, please can you shed light on how federal government and CBN policies are killing businesses in Nigeria?
Well, as I said, MFN is unapologetic. You know, about 34 days ago, he increased the interest rate to 18% after putting Nigerians into harrowing experiences. When you increase the interest rate, what happens? Borrowing becomes expensive. Borrowing becomes difficult. If you borrow at a high rate,
interest rate,
there's no business in the world, genuine business, that you can use anything above 15% to go into and you make a profit. There's no business in the world, genuine business, that you can borrow above 15% and you make any profit. And this is all these big companies in Nigeria, they don't borrow from Nigeria. They borrow from Net Bank, they borrow from Commerce Bank at 0.2 interest. And that's why some of them are growing bigger. But when you borrow at a very high rate, to make profit becomes
difficult.
So instead of the CBN governor trying to pacify us for injury done to us, for the suffering, what he did is to increase the interest rate. So which means he feels unconcerned. That's why I said before, the quality of a good leader, number one, is compassionate. Being able to feel putting yourself in the shoes of others to know what they are feeling.
Being empathetic.
So if CBN knows what Nigerian masses are feeling, if Emefiele knows that thousands of businesses went under because of this new Naira policy, this sham, this fraud that he perpetrated on us, he wouldn't have increased the interest rate, because one, those businesses that went under because of the new Naira policy that would have wanted that to come back now will not have access to fund. They will not have access to fund. The businesses that are operating now may not make any good profit because the cost of borrowing is very high. What they would do is to reduce their staff strength, which means pushing more youth into the already saturated unemployment market. Then the federal government on their own has been quiet for some time. I thought, or I still think that we have a government of kicking cans. That's one thing I remember Buhari government for, kicking cans. They are pushing his responsibilities to other people. So when you are in government, you are doing policy somersault. There's no way the economy of that country will grow. Today, Supreme Court give order. Emefiele said no. Buhari announced a different thing.
All right, Peter, let's take this call. Hello, good morning.
Hello again.
Please turn on your radio. Turn off your radio.
Yeah, it's off.
All right, good morning. Your name and location.
Excuse me, Mr. Emmanuel from Ilasa.
All right, Emmanuel, go ahead.
I am, in a sort of, I'm following up on Mr. Peter's explanations. I quite appreciate him. He's very, very intelligent and on point. And there is one thing I want us as Nigerians to understand. In the past 24 years, this May 29 will be 24 years we've had this May 29 independence, if I'm not mistaken. Now, we have seen that party manifest has not worked. In fact, it worked a bit under Obasanjo. And from then till now, it has been blame trading. This one we eat and say, you be thief. The other one say, I know be thief. You be rogue. I know be rogue. You be armed robber. I know be armed robber. Now, some people will now move from this camp, like buying a player from Barca to Man U. It's still the same Ronaldo. It's still the same Messi. Are you getting me? Now, they change platforms to claim to be right and wrong. See, if we continue like this, let's assume we have seen the two parties. This is what I'm saying now. I know that this problem we are in now, INEC contributed 85.5% of the problem we are having now. Because anybody working in INEC should have seen that in January, Nigerians cannot withdraw their own money. should have known that Nigerians in December could not buy fuel to travel around conveniently. They should at least have shown compassion. So even by themselves, forge the team that will make these two parties leave come from the race. I'm telling you this thing. You see, that is where God will have to work. Anybody working an INEC, that has seen what is happening, because as umpire sometimes you see some referee in football. When they see that a team is playing well, they try to make you at least equalize or win that minute, because they are enjoying the purpose you are bringing to the game. The never still die attitude you are bringing to the game. The harrowing experience Nigerians have faced in the last 6 months to not even warrant for any of these old parties to return to reckoning again. Look at Abia State. Look at the way the people celebrate as if they just give their independence from one country to another country. That country is only outside country now in Nigeria. The other ones are the same old country. That Abia State is the new. If they have a country like, they say, now Ukraine come out from Russia. That's the way that Abia State is now compared to Nigeria. I'm telling you. The only thing I'm saying is this: let the Supreme Court, please, whether one person is going to reach here to visit or to be visited, let them just use one mind to say, the people complain is too much. Let us do it in a very village manner. Because this country has not grown to that advanced level we always compare Nigeria to. Every time people talk in America, in Ukraine, Nigeria never passed village. They are still a glorified village. Let's accept that fact. Because you have not been able to achieve house, clothes, and food for your people. When you don't compare yourself to America or anything, you can't even solve life. The commonest thing in countries, Ukraine was born, Russia was born in Ukraine, and there was life. Ordinary breeze will blow here for rain to fall.
Please round up. Please round up, Mr. Emmanuel.
What I want the Supreme Court to do is to just use idea. Change that election to the person who have brain to work. Like all the things you are taking now. Problem we can't make it now. Let the people who know book and know what to do come into government on May 29 and start with the team of workers so that they will know that this one who is leading them is brilliant, and they themselves following him are more brilliant. Not all those ones they have already.
All right, thank you, Emmanuel. We got your point. Thank you so much.
Well, I understood his passion, and his desire for a new Nigeria. The day that Alex Oti was declared governor in Abia was like a Christmas.
Massive celebrations.
Party everywhere, street carnivals. Because why? PDP has been there since 1999.
Wow.
And Abia is one of the most undeveloped states in Nigeria.
Despite its commercial nature.
Abia State collects more revenue from oil or more allocation from oil than the other 4 states in the southeast. But Aba, which is supposed to be the commercial nerve center of southeast, is dead. No road, no electricity, no anything. And it has been the same people that was recycling themselves. Oji Kanu ruled for 8 years. Brought his chief of staff, Theodore Oji. Theodore Oji ruled for 8 years. Theodore Oji's son, Chinedu Oji, popularly known as Ikuku, brought Ikpeazu. Ikpeazu ruled for 8 years. Understand? That's by May 2029. Ikpeazu will complete 8 years. Then Ikpeazu now still brought one Ahiwe from the same PDP, from his own village, to continue after him. Recycling. And not even development. Rather, the state is going backwards. So that was why when OT was declared, it was like a liberation, understand, from the old ways of doing things, because they know that a new sheriff is in town, somebody who will now do something in a different way. And I feel this is what the youths need for Nigeria. That's a breath of fresh air. That's a new order. somebody that will come with a different kind of mindset. To me, that is the agitation, that is the desire of most well-meaning Nigerians. As I said, you cannot continue to do the same thing and expect a different result. It cannot happen. For you to get a different thing, you must differentiate yourself. So Abia today, people are rejoicing because a new person who didn't come from the old order is now there. And this is what I feel would have made well-meaning Nigerians happy. That we are going to test somebody new, somebody that did not come from the old order of the APC and the PDP. So I understand. But what you were saying about the Supreme Court using idea, no, Supreme Court does not use idea. And I don't believe what you said by a referee helping a football team to equalize. Any referee that does that is not doing well. That's why if you check the symbol of justice, it is a blindfolded man.
Yes.
And then on a scale, what does that scale signify? Argument. If you bring a stronger argument, you win your case. So it's just like if you put a rat and an elephant on a scale, that of the rat will go up, understand? Then that of the elephant will come down. So this is what this thing. If you have a stronger argument in the court of law, you win your case. And again, as a blindfolded person, it shows that it has no interest. It has no interest. What a court or a judge cares for is the evidence before him, not what is happening outside, not what people are complaining outside. Court does not bother about that. But the truth is that in Nigeria, let me say it, the judiciary had never worked. If the judiciary is working, Hope Uzodinma wouldn't have been the governor. Somebody that came forth, win only 2 local governments out of 27 in Imo State, he would not have been a governor. If the judiciary is working, the Senate president wouldn't have been returned as a senator, because you cannot contest 2 elections at the same time, the senatorial and the presidency at the same time. So this simply shows that the judiciary does not work in Nigeria. And again, 2 things. Let me tell you how judgment comes in Nigeria. 1, who is behind my appointment? Understand? Then who can pay more? This is how judiciary works in Nigeria. These people helped me to get to this office, and they are not for their Christmas. They help you to achieve they help you for their own interest. Then who can pay more? So in 2 ways, I can say that the first word is who are the judges loyal to. Then who can bring the highest pay? So this is what helps you to get judgment in Nigeria. For me, if I have my power, all those judges should be put inside a tank, pour fuel in it, and set fire on it. Because we need a new brand of judiciary in the country.
All right, thank you so much, Peter Nosike, for that your last sentence. He It's quite funny. All right. Why we do hope for a new Nigeria where the judiciary works and also where politicians and leaders follow what is in the constitution. Let's keep hoping and praying that things work out in Nigeria. That is how we'll come to the end of Business Roundtable with Peter Anosike. And we want to deeply thank Peter Anosike for that in-depth conversation. Thank you so much, Peter Anosike, for coming through. All right, and thank you, our listeners, especially those who called in to air their opinions and their contribution. This is how we do it every Saturday. So do catch us same time next week as we bring another interesting topic your way. And that's not the end of all the programs we have here on VOP 90.3 FM. We have wonderful programs coming your way soon. Up next is World News at 12, so stay tuned.